Hello and welcome to the 3 a.m. show starring me, Jay. Straight up Hippo we got over there. We got Jack Streeny, also known as Craptastic Jizzle. We got Niner Fan Gaming, also known as Richard. We're going to be talking about a variation of things today, or this morning, shall I say, because I feel like absolute shit. Uh, Manual transmission in Need for Speed, it is a biggie. We've just been revealed, well, they've revealed to us the PC version of Need for Speedle. If you don't know what Need for Speedle is, go and Google it, kids. It's a new installment of the Need for Speed Stiddler.
Jay, can I pause you for a second just to exaggerate how tired we are?
Ah, tired is not the word.
We've been up for almost 24 hours. I feel like death. This is what I imagine Osama bin Laden felt like when he was getting dunked in the motherfucking sea.
My body's like shaking. That's how I need to rest.
Meanwhile, me and Niner,
It's only 7:05 here.
we be energetic as shit.
Anyway, we're going to be also talking about people who complain about stupid ass bullshit and need to be executed.
By the North Korean government.
True. We're going to be talking about our weirdest dreams, so dreams we've experienced over the awful lives we've lived. Drive Club update.
I don't know if I'm going to speak about that too much, to be honest.
Well, we can skim it. We can skim over
I mean,
it.
if it comes to it, and like you guys don't want to talk about it, we don't have to talk about it. But it's up to you. I mean, I can talk about it all day long.
Yeah.
Alright.
We're gonna. I didn't see this.
We're not doing that topic.
Okay. And obviously the Q&A quarter. So, who's starting? Who got the orb?
Do you want me to take the orb? I'm tired
Alright, I'll lead.
One thing I just noticed.
Nigga, I just said I'll take the orb.
But you
Well, hold on, I'm
AF,
gonna take it
so-
for a second, so I'm gonna let you finish. I'm a floating head. I just noticed I looked at my camera and floating head.
I was gonna say something really, really made me there, but we've got to wait till later on in the podcast when other people are watching. But anyway, Manuel, let's talk about that shit. And I want to lead this one because I'm not gonna lead main topics tonight because I feel like death. CJ, the reason why I want to lead this one is because later on in the podcast, I may or may not fall asleep.
Alright.
So I think that's a valid reason. So basically, Manual's been added into Need for Speed. Now the update is still yet to come. We don't know when it's coming. I think it's coming on PC release, but them dumb Negroes who'll be like, we want manual Need for Speed, nigga. You ain't just getting manual. You getting manual and clutch, nigga. If you got the wheel, so nigga, I don't know how it's gonna work. That's gonna be ridiculous. You're gonna have to do some like gypsy ass shit to get clutch and gear shifting working on Need for Speed. But
Oh yeah.
that's pretty goddamn cool. And I'm gonna say,
That's cool.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm tempted to buy myself a motherfucking wheel again because I feel like it would be like you were playing in an arcade.
Yeah.
And that was fun as fuck. Obviously, you wouldn't do it constantly because otherwise it'd get boring. But I feel like that overall arcade experience would be really sick. And I'm not talking about like arcade. I'm talking like a literal arcade, like going to the cinema and playing Carbon type of like arcade. That's what I used to do anyway. So I'm tempted to see how it's gonna work along with the wheel. Obviously, PC is coming out March 17th.
Yep, 15th, isn't it?
15th, yeah,
15th or
15th.
17th. If come on, honestly, if you're watching Drivecast for reliable information at this point, you're fucked.
Wrong place, nigga.
You fucked because
Wrong
like,
place.
did you not hear how we started this motherfucking podcast? No. Yeah, it's coming out soon. I know 10th is definitely when it's coming out on early access. So
Origin
whether that means
access.
anything to you. Yeah, that is early access.
Well, I mean, at least we're the only racing game podcast, so I mean, you're getting really reliable information from
Nigga,
the only
after
racing game
Speed
podcast.
crashed after I left, nigga. Never mind. I'm gonna take my hood off because I feel like an absolute pagan.
You look like one too.
That's basically it for PC reveal, isn't it? 4K, unlimited frame rate.
I mean, it's stuff we expected, and we've got it.
Not
And
necessarily.
I didn't
Unlocked
expect
frame rate.
4K. Okay, so the 60 FPS I was expecting obviously, but 4K I was not expecting. I got a shit ton of
Yeah.
like just shit on my top comment on the Need for Speed PC reveal. It was crazy.
Not just
Yeah.
60 FPS, unlimited FPS.
Oh, yeah.
Unlimited.
So that means 120, 920, like
Whatever you want.
420.
Let 'em.
Yeah, whatever
It
you
don't matter.
want.
You can take
Let
whatever
'em.
frame rate you want.
If you don't want to play
Let
at
'em.
60
It's pretty
frames,
pointless. It's pretty pointless running it past 60. But if you want to do that, let them.
if you want to
No,
play
not
60
really, because if you were gonna do some
you have a
really
hun-
like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you finish, but like, you could if you wanted to get some like crazy slow motion shots, then you could like record at like 340 FPS and get like some really slow-mo shots.
Yeah.
Like my point on that is, for the average person who's going to play Need for Speed, you don't need to run it at past
Oh, yeah,
60
no.
really.
But
no, but
still,
as far
there
as
are
like
there-
creating
there-
videos, and yeah, there's a purpose for it.
Yeah, there are 120 hertz monitors, so there is a
Yeah,
monitor.
but the
Yeah,
human
but
eye can't see past 60 FPS.
People who say over 60
That's
frames,
actually
they're
not
just being dickheads because you can't see past 60.
that actually
Really,
true.
really, the average person, I don't know if you're some supernatural fucking being that you can see past it, but you cannot see past 60 frames, so it's a bit pointless going over.
Isn't that mad how we've already reached the limit?
To be honest, yeah.
Like, we've already reached the limit that our eyes can see. Like, you think
Yeah.
that'd be some space age shit, but no, we done that in 2016. Well, before 2016, that shit's been around since PS2 times. Like, with every single Gran Turismo game has been 60 FPS after 3, I think. So that's what, 2002,
Which Gran Turismo 3? That was 2001, I'm pretty sure.
2001, 2002. Like,
And
that's-
other than the fact of just people, I mean, other than the fact of 60 frames per second, 30 frames per second doesn't look, far off, but it is nice to have that smooth, crisp looking 60 FPS. But I'm not gonna lie, I was completely fine with 30 FPS.
Now, with consoles, this is what one point I want to bring. Consoles 30 FPS, acceptable. 60 FPS is what I want. That's what I expect when I bought next gen console. But it's not like it's I rather them fix gameplay mechanics than FPS stuff. That's just me. But because that's much more important to me. But with an actual PC, if it's not 60 FPS, then you're fucked, because with PC, that is to be expected. When you buy a gaming specific machine to play games, I expect a game to offer me at least 60, and if not 60, unlimited. Although I don't really see the point in using unlimited. I have just got spit all over my fucking screen earlier on.
Where to talk,
Never
man.
mind. Yeah, but like I think 60 FPS is definitely a must for me personally. Anything else on PC really? I don't think there's
They
much
said
else.
something about the sounds being higher
Oh
quality.
shit! Before we move on to that, we forgot something.
We forgot to.
We're missing a guest or a host.
Guest.
That's why I corrected myself.
I know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we forgot to mention.
Speedway's not here today because he's late, and that's literally it. It's currently, we talked about this at the start. For me and Jay, it's 3:15 in the morning. Nigga, look how motherfucking dark it is outside. That shit is dark as fuck. That's like.
And I mean, I honestly, right now, I don't think Speedway would be able to join because it's midnight where he lives. So,
Yeah.
we don't know where.
or maybe he just like smoked some dank kush and
Maybe he
completely
got hit by
forgot
a
about
car.
us.
Maybe
There-
he's selling
That
drugs.
too.
Maybe he's shooting up the Mandem. Who knows?
Yeah.
All we know is that he's not here.
Or
so-
all of the above.
Probably.
Maybe he's grinning and fucking at the same time. Let him. We forgot to touch on that point. Yeah, they did say also they're gonna have higher fidelity sounds. So I'm assuming that just basically means a higher kilobit audio.
Yeah.
Basically, the cars are gonna sound like more horny than they are at the moment, and the cars.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make me moist.
I really hope, the backfire thing. GTA Wise I talked about this, but you know how the actual like flame that comes out is really low res.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It'd be pretty cool if you, on Ultra, that flame went like. to
Like
something
if you see
ridiculous.
there's a trailer where Magnus Walker's Porsche is like
Oh yeah.
it's like zoomed in, like panned
Yeah.
into the exhaust, and then it drives away. The
Yeah.
flames on that look ridiculous. I know it's not actual in-game, like it's
Yeah,
not
it's the
gameplay, but I feel like it's possible for them to up that. Look at the game; it looks fucking incredible.
4K Ultra, mate.
Oh.
I would never, ever have the hardware to do that, because that's
knowing
insane hardware.
Frostbite.
I'm gonna let you finish. So, that's insane hardware. I would never ever be able to do that. But just to see the game in 4K.
No,
alone,
Cam, you'd be able to do that because you could buy everything,
Cha-ching!
You're the one that's wearing a Logitech top. You get me the fucking resources, okay? You get me the motherfucking resources. You got a wheel. You've got a wheel. Have I got a wheel? No.
But you have everything else.
You got
have
a
a Porsche.
you got a GTX 770? Yeah, you have. I got a 960. That ain't as good. So
You're
That's better.
what you say? No, it ain't. It ain't. Just because it got a higher number mean it better. Nope. Nigga, know what you talking about before you come and step to me, bitch, okay? Know what you talking about. Because I'm going to put you in your motherfucking place. I would like to see the game in 4K. I think it would look sick.
All right. Knowing like the Frostbite engine, like the game, it's actually a really good engine for games. I mean, looking at Battlefield 4 and Battlefront most recently, like your games can look fantastic without it even like breaking your hardware.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
for 4K Ultra, you're gonna need some
yeah,
fucking
I understand that,
ridiculous.
but still, even if you're not running at 4K Ultra,
It's still gonna look
still,
amazing, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
still gonna look amazing. I mean, I remember playing the Battlefront beta on PC. That shit looks real.
But that's my
Like,
point.
legit.
That's my point. Is it looks amazing at 1080p? So imagine what it is 4 times.
I'm gonna be upscaling that shit to 2K. I swear.
Like 4 times, 4 times the amount of pixels in your monitor. I imagine
Wait,
most
four
people.
times?
4 times. How many times? 4 times.
Four times.
Like that's a lot of fucking times.
How many times?
So 1080 times 4 equals.
Why has he got to do this? It's 4K. Just say 4K. Like, why you gotta be a retard for? um, but yeah, I want to see that. We have we've got a 4K TV downstairs, and I have seen it, but like it's so hard. Nigga, I ain't rich. Like, if I was rich, I had ultra wide
I
monitor.
was,
Nigga.
I was
have-
scratching my palm. I don't know what you're talking about.
CJ, kill yourself. No, but we've got a 4K TV downstairs. Honestly, when they use the pictures that come with like, you know that like, you know when you see Samsung TVs in like the shops and they've got that kind of like screenshot, like
Yeah.
PowerPoint almost. When you look at those pictures, it's sick. But because there's no 4K like programs or anything on TV,
Yeah.
you can't use the potential. Games are really the first area of media and YouTube actually to really make full potential of that.
Yeah.
So I'm really interested to see how 4K actually looks. And one thing I'm a bit disappointed about is how next gen doesn't do 4K. Because that was a killer app. When the PS3 and Xbox 360 launched, they were launched really met with the main use of as SD consoles. That like back in 2006, 2007, no one really had a HD TV, and if it was, it was
That, I
720.
reckon that would boost
I
the
did.
price. That would boost the price up of them
Definitely
a lot.
would. But you gotta keep in mind the 360 was pretty affordable and still managed to
Yeah.
do that equivalent back then.
Yeah.
But
You know
was
what I mean?
was the equivalent as expensive?
Well, like
then
I mean, I'm talking about the jump to SD to HD. I would have been quite expensive. Even 1440p, like 2K, that's still like an expected jump.
But then again, like like the 7th gen hardware came out in a time where it was like during a transition where not everybody had 4K. I mean, like not everyone had
We're going
HD
through that
stuff.
transition now, aren't we?
But
Not
yeah,
everyone's
but
on 4K at all.
but I know that. But you're saying how like the next gen consoles can't do 4K, but
Even 2K,
they're-
like 4K is a
yeah, they
bit
can't
ambitious.
even they can't even do 2K.
Like 2K
but
is more
but
realistic.
they came out in a time when 4K really wasn't a thing. Like 2013 4K, whoosh, that was like still in development. But
Not necessarily.
whoosh.
2013 was the infancy of 4K. I
Like,
mean, 2000,
very, very huge.
I'd argue 2005 HD TVs weren't really a thing at all. They were very much in its
we
infancy.
got the one downstairs in like 2005, but that cost like at least $2,000.
There you go. Exactly.
Back
You
then.
proved my point.
But still, what I'm trying to say is, I'm not sure if I'm saying this the best way possible, but back when the 7th gen came out, like those came out like developed for SD, and then later they kind of adapted HD in sort of a way, like how, and then that's kind of how like the next gen consoles now are developed for HD.
But they can't.
But-
they can't go to that because of the specs. Is what I'm saying.
Mm.
And would you not expect to say in like 5 years' time we all have like 4K TVs because
I mean,
affordable?
we
And the
probably
consoles are
will.
still doing 1080p.
Probably will.
Like it's.
But-
I think it really is. I don't want to say this because I know I don't want to believe this because I bought that console with my own fucking money and I don't own much money. Like it's hard to come by, and to think I've spent £400 on an Xbox One, which is going to be obsolete in
4 years, 3 years, 4 years.
it will be because I mean I didn't want to believe it, but I'm coming to the realization that that's not gonna. It can't. It can't do. It can't do 2K. It can't do 1080p 60 frames.
Yeah, 8th gen consoles are on their way out already. 9th gen, I feel, is going to be coming very soon.
It's still got a good few years in it, but 1080p 60 frames should be the bare minimum, to be honest.
Yeah,
And
but
I
still,
know, I know it sounds like a minuscule thing. People don't care about frame rates, and if you don't care about frame rates, that's cool. But what I'm saying
That's
is
cool.
it should be able to keep up with PCs, and if not, when at launch, it should be a high costing PC.
I feel like what CJ just said, like ninth gen will be coming soon. I don't feel it will. I feel like they will upgrade the Xbox One and the PS4. I feel like they will do another version of it.
Well, something like that. Yeah, they have to, and either that or come next to ninth
I
gen
think that could kill the
because
console. Well, not kill,
yeah,
obviously not kill like completely 100% dead,
because
but
PC
definitely that will cause so
yeah.
many people to go to PC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because PC right now is on a, it's going back up. Like there last year, there were more PC sales in general than than consoles in
And,
terms
and,
of
and
gaming.
I've got a few things. I've got a cousin. He's like 21. He's been a casual gamer all his life. He had a PS2, Xbox 360, and he got an Xbox One. And he's been playing Fallout 4 on his Xbox One recently. And keep in mind, he's been a casual console gamer all his life, and he's still a casual console gamer. He's been playing Fallout 4, and he saw some of the mad mods you can get on PC, and he wants to build a PC and move to PC just for the mods. And if you think about it in that sense, what is really attracting people to consoles?
they're a lot more. They're a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Well,
Not
in
necessarily.
not
Yes,
yeah.
necessarily.
At first,
To have a
yeah.
computer that can run all these crazy mods and these crazy ass
At
graphics, you gotta have
1080p,
a.
at 1080p medium, you can get one for 400 quid easy.
Yeah. I mean,
But
my
to get like a
GT
beast computer which can do 2K or like 4K, it's obviously going to cost
I'm
more.
talking about actually running the game smoothly and stuff though.
Yeah, so if you want,
Yeah, you
say,
can.
if you want an Xbox machine, you can get that for 400 quid less.
yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure you could. Like, I mean, someone who's knowledgeable about PCs, let me know down in the comments down below. But I'm pretty sure you can get those for pretty fucking cheap, and you can get some good specs. And you can get like, you can obviously with a PC. I'm a console guy personally, just because of it's easier to run. You don't have the config issues, you don't have the driver issues, you don't have the crashing issues, you don't have the recording issues. It's just a lot easier to use a console in my opinion. So and I think I'll always be a console guy, but with PC, you know, like I've had that since 2012, and it started off as a computer which couldn't even like run Chrome without lagging, and now it's a fully fledged editing rig is basically what it is, dash gaming rig. And like just to see that progression you can make with a PC which you can't do to a console, that's what's going to kill the console. And you see already, it's been like this for years actually. PCs have been held back by how much consoles can do constantly, and it's only
Yeah.
going to get worse with
Even
like,
with the Division most recently, like the Division,
Yeah,
they're
didn't they
holding
have
it
to
back.
Downgrade the graphics.
Well, they didn't have to, but they did because they said, "quote
to
unquote,"
be honest,
it's
that's just
unfair
Ubisoft,
to
though.
console
Ubisoft,
gamers.
Ubisoft always do that kind of shit with Watch Dogs. They did it with fucking The Crew. They did it with all the games. That's just Ubisoft. They just
The
sometimes they
Crew,
don't know what
not
they're
so
doing.
much, because the Crew from the get go, we could see that graphics weren't the best.
I mean,
but
it's fine now, but beforehand, I mean,
yeah,
I mean, they had to cope with 362, so I guess you've got that in mind.
yeah.
But, like, regardless, that's Ubisoft. They've done that with loads of games.
But yeah, they quoted that it would be unfair to console gamers. You know what's unfair is the console holding back the PC from its true potential. That's unfair.
I mean,
And
especially when you spend so much, like, people spend like thousands upon. I would
Yeah.
probably think I have over the course of like how many times I've upgraded it. I've got to think about this. I've got 16 gigs of RAM. I've got an FX 8350, which didn't cost so much because it's an AMD card. This is gonna be so boring to guys who don't understand what about PC. But you know, I've got a few cards, GPUs. I've probably spent near enough over £1,000 on my computer. And it's at the moment it's a mid-range 1080p rig because I do recording shit on it as well, so I've got to kind of suit it to that. But it's a mid 1080p rig at the moment, and like I'd like to see a bit more focus on PC. Like you see all the PC ports and they're all shit. I'm not gonna lie, like the PC ports half the time they're fucking awful. Like what games? Test Drive,
Grand Theft Auto
TDU2,
4.
The Crew lags all the time in cities. Shouldn't lag. I've got a 960.
Crew crashed all the time on
I've
my
got a
game.
960 and my CPU's Glocked at 4. It's an FX 8350. It should, and I've got 16 gigs of RAM. It should not lag in cities at ultra 1080p. Should not lag.
Also, for a lot of users, including myself, until Wild Run, the game would crash a lot, like just randomly.
I haven't had the Crew crash. The only person I know who the game's crashed on is you, and it's definitely because of something your rig has. It's definitely because of like the CPU or some shit.
Nah, fam, because it doesn't do that anymore ever since Wild Run. It stopped doing that.
It must be to do with the old graphics engine shit. I'm not.
No, I'm not the only person.
I'm not a game dev, so I can't say. But it's definitely to do with how the engine worked and how your computer's set up.
because I wasn't the only person having that issue.
Then it's
I definitely
then it's got to be multiple people with the same like setup who are having the issue. Whether it's like a little thing like a driver issue in the BIOS, or whether it's something simple, it's like that's what it's causing it, I think. How did we get on? This is a good fucking segue. I don't know how we got onto this.
It kind of grew from the PC review. We're still on the first topic. Holy shit.
But yeah, like back to kind of what I was saying about the consoles. I hope they don't. I don't want them to die. I like my consoles.
Yeah.
I like just logging onto the consoles and playing a game and turning it on.
Yeah,
Like with a PC, I've got an SSD, but like you still got to boot it up and then put your password in and shit, and then you got to load up a game, and you got Skype loading in the background and shit, and it just it's just so much easier just to turn on your PS4 and play. Or Xbox and play.
I find consoles are more made for the
Casuals.
just to enjoy more than to I don't know. I find PC is a lot more serious. I think people who play PC as a primary way of playing games, they're a lot more. I would say serious gamers. They obviously shit all over consoles and stuff.
Yeah.
But to be fair, gaming's kind of started in people's homes on, like it was kind of a pioneer to that shit. Really, PC can do it better, okay, but you know.
He said PC shits over consoles, and I don't want to start a war here, but like in the graphics department, in the frame rate department, okay, yeah, you got it pinned. But what the console does better is literally plug and play, and that's the reason why we bought consoles, wasn't it? It's because it's so easy to use, appeals to everyone. It's not just a gaming device. Nowadays, it's like a Netflix device, a YouTube device, basically everything.
It's multi-purpose.
Yeah.
Now, especially nowadays too, streaming device. People stream from the Xbox and PS4. People share photos to Twitter and off their PS4 and Xbox Ones. You know, community showcase, top 5 designs of the week.
Just thinking about it, it's crazy.
Using the share functions.
It's crazy just thinking, like, 2 generations ago, we didn't have any purpose on the PS2 or the Xbox other than playing that game.
And some online every now and then. Like, it
And
depends for select
PS2,
titles.
PS2 can play DVDs, so.
Okay, again, it could only play discs.
Extremely limited. I think that's the
Yeah,
main
exactly.
point.
Yeah.
Compared to what we have now, especially in the PS3 era. Like, think what... I'm going to use the PS3 as an example because that's what I had, like, since the start.
Yeah.
But at the start, there's no way you were streaming shit. No way. You know, even to sign in and get all that shit sorted, it was a bit of a pain because of how slow the servers were, because they weren't getting paid or anything. You know, obviously now they got PS Plus, but they still don't do fuck all, which is annoying. But, you know, like, at the start, you could do nothing. It was play games. It was basically what it was in the PS2, which, with a few upgrades, Blu-rays and shit, HD. But then what it evolved into is what made it great. And I'm thinking, with the PS1 and Xbox One, the only thing which is really going to make them great is what it can evolve into. And I don't know what they could do.
Yeah.
Like, they can squeeze all the power, but like, when you got... My PC had 16 gigs of RAM before the launch of the Xbox One and PS4. That... like, that should say something. I mean, and I have, like, my PC's it's 1080p at 60. That's what I'm aiming for with that, because I haven't got any 4K or mad shit monitors. But you'd expect a console to have the same specs as a 1080p rig, and it just doesn't make, or maybe slightly lower, because you obviously, the developers squeeze everything they can get out of the consoles. That was seen. How amazing did GTA 5 look when that first came out?
It's amazing on PS3, yeah.
Like, I remember playing that game and thinking, how the fuck does this look?
Yeah, it was incredible.
Legit.
It was mad.
Like,
And then the jump from PS3 to PS4 or Xbox 360,
it's there,
Xbox
it's
One.
there, but
It didn't hit me like I expected it to. The jump from last gen to next gen with GTA.
Still, though, I think for what it was originally, how they could build on top of that just blew my mind.
Yeah, of course, but I think what the point Cam's trying to get across is, I feel like it should have been more.
I've got a perfect analogy. So PS1, you had those
Yeah.
kind of really blocky, shitty textures. PS2
Yeah.
then took it to 3D, and then from
Yeah.
PS2 to PS3 went from hey SD to HD. So then you'd expect from PS3 to PS4 from HD to 4K. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel your
but
pattern.
then again, PS3 was it was a transition, so it was SD and HDMI. But then again, you would expect that jump from 1080p to at least 2K.
Yeah, yeah, at least 2K, and obviously you got to move with the times and shit. But like, you'd expect those functionalities to be at least like slightly developed in the start.
I know what you're saying with that, but like I said before, 4K monitors are fucking expensive,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So, you would for an Xbox One to have 4K like potential, wouldn't you have to have the monitor too?
In 3 years' time, when 4K is cheap, we're going to be sat here and we're going to be like,
But nigga,
it
it
can't.
like
8K.
it's just
8K.
it's just
8K was
moving
at
with it.
CES this year.
10K, we'll add.
It's just moving with it, and as businesses, Sony and Microsoft to pump 4K like potential or even 2K into their consoles, that means they've got to bump up the price to get
In
the money back.
2005, HD TVs were the same price as 4K is now. What, right? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
so
I
isn't
see where
it
you're
the
coming
same
from.
concept? In 10 years, all the only thing we've really got changed is the fact that we haven't got that.
I mean, right now, like now, that's why we haven't got 4K in consoles yet.
But we
maybe-
did in 2005 is what I'm saying. Because
But,
the equivalent.
but the transition from us getting HDMI to the difference, look how quickly 4K has come along. It's come very quick compared to HDMI. Don't you think? Like the speed we're getting technology, maybe.
Nowadays, I think that's as a whole. Like, you see, the advancements in technology now are so fucking fast. Like,
Yeah.
just generally, like, my fucking... Well, not mine, but I know for the newer phones that are coming out, niggas got 4 gigs of RAM. 4 gigs! That's how much I had my PC to start off with, like, 2 years ago. Like, you mad? 4 gigs! That's insane! And, like, generally, everything is getting more and more and more. And I think if Sony and PS4... Sony and Microsoft were to release the console now, it'd be a lot of a different story.
Yeah.
Because obviously times have changed, and they could probably get something mad like 16 gigs and make it run at 4K and shit.
Hold up, aren't they 2 years old now?
It came out
3.
2013, so it'll be
So-
3 this year.
Fuck.
And that's another thing. I've been really disappointed. Am I the only one? Besides, I'm talking about platform exclusives here. Like, well, no, not even platform exclusives, just generally. Besides Need for Speed. Trying to think off the top of my head. Fallout was very good. I need to play more of that. Drive Club, I've been playing a lot of that recently. Playing a lot of The Crew. What else? What else have I been playing? That's literally it.
Need for Speed.
Far Cry 4 was a fucking disgrace. I like Watch Dogs.
Really? I liked Far Cry 4.
It was compared to Far Cry 3, it didn't have the same vibe for me. But maybe that was just because it literally was a copy and paste and it didn't really do much more. There was
Whatever.
a few little gimmicks here and there, but there wasn't any major changes.
I liked Far Cry 4 more than Far Cry 3.
I preferred Far
Yeah.
Cry 3. Did anyone play Far Cry 3 Blood Dragon?
Oh, no.
I mean, they're
Absolutely.
bringing out Primal, and
not
that looks
interested.
Primal.
like...
I'm not
Ubisoft,
interested.
the thing is with Ubisoft games, does anyone, like, besides the exception of The Crew, because I like racing games and that's cool, but even with The Crew, I guess it had a sense of this. Ubisoft games launch, everyone gets excited. Oh my god, this looks insane. E3,
And then
yes,
they're shit.
hype. And then we get, it's unfair to console players, and then we get, oh, it's locked to 30 FPS, and then like, oh, we've got on this DLC, and it just goes downhill and downhill
Oh,
and downhill,
then-
and next
then
thing
we
you know,
have
Ubisoft
season
ain't got
pass.
no fucking hype.
Then they
Like,
have freaking what's it called? Season passes and microtransactions.
I
shit
liked
like
Watch Dogs, but
Yeah.
best believe I'm not buying none of that fucking DLC. 'cause
Well,
it's a fucking
that's
scam.
why they've taken a break. Well, they're not making an Assassin's Creed this year,
But
which
Good.
I think that series dead now. we won't save it now.
nigga,
They
how
beat
many
that
Assassin's
horse.
Creeds do you want to make? Calm down, like
Until
they've
they
killed
put one
that.
in-
They
until
murdered
put-
that.
Until
This-
they put an Assassin's Creed in Allentown, I don't want any
they
other.
they literally
Kill
murdered that game, murdered it. They made a few good ones, and I can honestly say I
I'm
enjoyed
trying
a
to think
few.
of an analogy which I can make to that, where someone has sold something so much it's killed itself.
Yeah.
But I can't think of anything.
Like,
Like 3 times in 1 year for one of them, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's
Assassin's
ridiculous.
Creed, yeah.
They just shit them out just for money, don't they? They just
And like
Yeah.
even
shits
one of
them
the
out.
developers admitted that it was broken.
Yeah.
That's
Unity
disgusting.
Unity was awful. It was an
Uh,
awful,
I've never
awful
played an
game.
Assassin's Creed game in my
I
life.
cannot believe how shit that is. The bugs,
I
the
mean,
glitches, the
jeez.
just poor, poor, poor storylines. It was a bad game.
With
Simple.
Assassin's Creed 1, the only Assassin's Creed games I played were Assassin's Creed 1 and what's it called? The what's it called? You just said
Black
it.
Flag.
No, Unity, Unity.
Black Flag was, in my opinion, one of the best.
Yeah, I hear that one was really good.
I feel like
But
I put a lot of effort into that one. It felt like it.
like you could tell with Assassin's Creed the first one, you could tell that like effort and love and care for the product that the developers were making. You could tell that it was put in that game. Just like the sense of the game, the charm of the game, you can easily tell. It may not be the best Assassin's Creed, but it's like you can tell there's a lot of passion put in that game. Then you see Unity and it's like
Do you
just
not think with games generally this gen, a lot, and I mean a lot of like developers try to pass up the games as broken and sell it anyway, and fix it later in patches
definitely.
because patches are so prevalent nowadays.
yeah.
I feel like that's
Daisy.
a way to. I feel like that's a way to just abuse the power of patches because although patches are amazing and something we didn't have in previous generations of gaming, I feel like it just opens up to just abusing that power and even microtransactions and DLC. Although that's adding content, more content to the game. Well, I guess that goes with patches. Um, they find a way to abuse it by adding in on disc DLC, which is just fucking
Exactly.
No
bullshit.
console
What?
game should have microtransactions. That is a mobile thing. I don't know why on fucking earth they decided to take it from the App Store and onto the actual real, £40 games. When you pay a full price of a product, why the fuck are you making me?
Because they're fucking
They want
big
money.
billionaire companies. They don't give a
That's
shit.
what's
They
gonna
don't
kill
care,
gaming
fam.
eventually.
Or if they see a potential in money, they're gonna do it.
Thing
Let
is,
them. They
developers-
don't
Look how
care.
prosperous Need for Speed's doing, and they ain't selling that shit. They sold more than Forza 6 did on Xbox alone.
I think EA are biting the like. I think EA are very.
Cautious.
They're getting
cautious.
better.
They're being
getting
very
better.
cautious with
Do you
Ghost.
think they're testing like Need for Speed and that kind of process of things, or do you think it's
feel like
I feel
Yeah.
like EA is like looking down at well when it was first announced they were looking down at Need for Speed like, hey man, if this doesn't work,
You're fucked.
and
Yeah, you
you
go
know,
in.
yeah, you're
But
fucked.
do you know how bad EA is like as a company?
Yeah.
Shit. Like
Oh
They've
yeah,
burned
like
so
that's
many
why I'm
franchises.
still, even though how good Need for Speed is doing, I still have that slight thought in the back of my head, like, what if
This
EA
could be the
was
last.
just expecting a whole lot more, like that they raised the bar. They're like, you know what, you need to be here in terms of sales. We want to make money because we gave you all this money to get licenses.
yeah,
and
they
everything.
could legit just say if Need for Speed does not hit this deadline, like this if it doesn't hit here in this amount of time, bye, leave, Ghost is and it's over. They could legit
it's a
do
really
that. Like
shitty thing to think about.
yeah, it's
genuinely
awful,
is.
Yeah.
but
And
it could happen.
besides
They've
always
done-
online? And that's obviously an EA thing. Ghost games don't fucking always online. It's obvious. Why
Yeah.
would any developer want to restrict the player base? That
Yeah.
doesn't make sense. Besides always online, I think honestly EA are the good guys in the situation. And hold up, give me a second. So EA have given the creative freedom to go. Obviously, if they don't get enough money, they're not gonna support a dying franchise. That is a complete business logical sense. That makes complete sense. But the fact that they've gave such trust in Ghost in a series which was literally dying.
Yeah.
Like, do you not think EA's changed in a way?
yeah, they have
Especially
definitely.
towards the Need for Speed racing game market.
that.
I
Not
think-
just that.
Especially, I'm gonna let you finish. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna finish
yeah.
my point, then you speak. That's how this conversation works. Like especially towards the Need for Speed market. Like, do you not think EA are the good guys in this situation? Especially the way they've been kind of approaching things, especially being more community oriented, especially with the EA UK section of things.
Yeah, like I can tell that they're using this as a basis, but they are starting to realize that developers aren't going to be able to get away from doing their shitty business practices for much longer. I mean, just look at Steam refunds and look at Batman Arkham the new one that
Oh
came out.
shit! Didn't that get taken off shelves because it was so
Yeah,
broken?
because people kept refunding it because Steam refunds. It got so bad that they just removed it from the store, fixed it, put it back, and it was still shit. And basically, they ruined that game to the point where, like Warner Brothers, they don't give a shit about the PC market anymore because they know they can't get away with the
Did
same
anyone
shit
here
on
like
there.
Tony Hawk?
Oh,
Fuck my life! That last Pro Skater game killed me.
I've only
Never
played
it.
Underground 2.
I've never played Pro Skater 5 in my life, but a Metacritic of 10, just so they can make a bit of money out of the license before it ends.
That
That's
is
disgusting. That's
Shame.
fucking disgusting. You
Shameful.
expect I'm gonna ever spend money on a Tony Hawk game ever again? Fuck you. I'm not gonna spend no money on that game. That's fucking awful.
I mean,
and I think those games were like the pinnacle of like the 2000s at some points of like sports games.
Tony Hawk got Pro Street Underground 2.
They
Like,
made a whole extreme like brand around it. There was so
Yeah.
many SSX, Tony Hawk. What other ones were there? Was Skate. There was so many, and Tony Hawk pioneered that. And they killed the essence of the series with a shit game just to get a bit more money out of the fucking license before it ends for the people who want.
I mean,
nostalgia.
I'm not really a big skate game fan, but
I'm not
I
either.
I can understand the prevalence of Tony Hawk. I mean, I remember playing Tony Hawk Underground 2, like the one where you can get on beat people like the shit out of people with your board. Like I'm pretty sure that was the Underground one. But still, like I can understand the significance of that series, and no other series has kind of fallen kind of like that has. But I can see Need for Speed has kind of fallen, not to the extreme as that, but at least Need for Speed has resurfaced. They've recuperated.
I know Dave really wants to speak, and I'm going to be really, really quick with this point. Fuck, what was my point?
Hey, I'm gonna let you finish first.
I knew you were gonna do that.
But basically, the Tony Hawk series, like, they've just fallen completely, like, to rock bottom city from, like, SpongeBob. They've just gone down that cliff, but there's no bus going back up. They've missed that bus.
SpongeBob reference. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, what I was about
Wow.
to say. Yeah, I know Jay's dying to say something, so I'm gonna go really quickly.
Go for it.
PS2 era, you had constant games flowing in, which were new, fresh, and exciting. There's no new, fresh, and exciting games now. That's the problem.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, even Need for Speed to an extent, it's exactly what we wanted, but we have had it before. It's not fresh and new. We've seen that type of game before. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, we never saw games like that before. Underground 2 was the first of its kind. Well, Underground 1 was the first of its kind to that extent.
369.
What nowadays do we have which is so revolutionary and just different to everything else, which makes it stand out?
Most of the stuff like that is on PC now in the indie on Steam store.
But I'm talking about triple A titles. Like Forza Horizon was brand new. That was in the 360 era. Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition was completely new for its time. It's something else which never been done. 3 cities where you can go mad and all these different things. Or Midnight Club 2, I guess it goes back to. But what is new in our generation besides Rocket League?
No, Rocket League's not even new. That first version of that game came out in freaking 360.
So what is new?
Completely nothing.
Like there's nothing new, and that's
Sad.
the issue.
It feels like they're running out of ideas.
But how can you run out of ideas for something
You can't.
which is so creative? It's like saying I'm running out of video ideas. You can't run out of video ideas because there's so many things you can cover. And
I'm guessing there's like a giant writer's block, or like in terms of game industry, there's a massive block right now.
everyone knows.
There's nothing like when going back on that video idea, you can you never run out of video ideas, but you can't have a block where you can't think of any ideas to do.
I mean,
and I'm guessing that's kind of what they're doing
But we
here.
don't have a collective block. It's one of us, and then all of us keep going. Then
there's been video games like in the video game industry. There's been quite a few slumps. I think there's just been one back in like
the 80s.
when there was a giant slump with
I
gaming.
think
and,
it was. What was it called? It had a name. I think was it the video game depression?
Video game crash.
Video game
no,
crash.
I swear it had
1983.
something to do with Atari, like just plummeting in sales.
Yeah.
To the
and then
point
everything
where
was changed.
the guy sold it to someone and everything. It was that bad. I'm not saying that's gonna happen now. We're way
I
too
want it to
ahead.
happen.
It won't. It won't. It just won't. It will not happen.
Because if that happened, we wouldn't have any of the fucking bullshit DLCs. We wouldn't have the microtransactions, and it would just clean. I don't mind going through like a
We
3-4
wouldn't.
year
I understand, but genuinely, realistically, that's not possible. they won't. It's just not gonna happen. They're making way too much money.
Sooner or later on,
Microsoft,
I think developers and shit are going to see that the only way to win fans is to actually like
listen.
listen.
Yeah.
Like,
And I also think it's like you need to look through the point of view of the fan as well, just to get a sense of what you're doing wrong or right.
I feel like this is what I was gonna say. Anyway, when I was waiting, I feel like the saddest thing is about all this is that no matter how much passion anyone throws into this, no matter how much people throw their opinions in, it doesn't matter how much subscribers you've got. It doesn't matter if you write for the biggest blog on the internet. A business owner or a group of CEOs are not going to listen to the minority of people that are shouting at them. They're just not. If they are making money,
you're a nobody.
If they're making money doing what they're doing, they're gonna carry on doing it. And unless they see a massive, massive, massive slump in what they're doing, they're not gonna pay any attention, no matter how much we moan or scream or shout.
And let it all out.
Developers, it's different because that's a studio. Their job is to create and craft. They are normal people. They are not
Passionate.
big. They're not big fucking millionaires fucking jacking off in their fucking big leather chairs and fucking wiping their asses with
fucking
the money.
secretaries.
It's just the way business is, and I think people don't understand that. That's why when we don't get a Call of Duty that's not futuristic, why is COD futuristic? They're trying to be like Halo. They're trying to fill a realm that's already been filled because they're trying to think of the best way of making money.
Trying to expand is basically
it's
what it is.
money. It has nothing really. Right, in the eyes of the publisher, the actual game's outcome doesn't really. They don't care if it makes money.
And that's why I'm so surprised about EA, because Need for Speed was dead.
Yeah, basically.
Completely dead.
But
How the fuck did they manage to?
they saw it. They saw a
persuade-
potential. They saw a potential of money.
How did they persuade EA to do that though? Because that is a huge risk on Ghost Games. Huge risk.
I reckon what was happening because did Rivals do good?
3 million, but that was after like a long time.
Average,
Well,
I'd say.
I reckon they looked at that game and they said, right, you guys need to do like I can guarantee you if this game didn't sell as well as it did, they will be fucked. I don't think we would get
How
another
much
one.
is NFS on right now? The new one.
A lot. I mean, the fact it's outsold 4 to 6 on Xbox One alone should say
Yeah, it's done very well, but it would have. It's people. It's a good ass game, man.
It's
I don't want
underground
to.
too
I don't
brought
want
into
to.
the present day.
I don't want to sway into
Like, the
this
only way people
subject.
said.
I don't want to sway into the subject, but
Don't want a doctor coming over and. You get it. You get the joke.
No.
Bye.
when doctor's coming.
I'm only laughing because Nina's fucking
Why the
face.
fuck has he walked off? I'm gonna kick him.
Nah,
Okay,
fam,
never
I'm
mind.
here. It was part of a comedic effect.
You
so.
are so lucky that my mouse is on my second monitor and not my first monitor, because nigga, you best believe that I was gonna be quick on that fucking kick button. But anyway, with that
Glad I
being
woke
said,
you up.
we should go ahead and move on to the next topic.
That
because-
was one topic.
Yeah.
Fucking
And
hell.
we're,
and
1 hour.
We're gonna have to move on quickly because this shit. I'm tired, nigga. It's
I am.
10 to
I'm
4
running on
morning.
caffeine. My body is shaking. I feel unhealthy right now.
Nigga,
I don't feel healthy.
Jay's
What
grease
are
juice in
what
here.
are the topics we have?
God.
Do we want to move on to Q&A questions?
I'm. Don't worry. You said you want me to lead. I'm leading. We're going to talk about weirdest dreams now.
Oh, okay.
We all have some pretty fucked up dreams. I've had my selection of fucked up dreams.
Oh
Mine
my
is
God.
mine's just weird.
Yeah, no, this isn't fucked up dreams. This is weird dreams. Completely different thing.
Yeah.
So who wants to go first? I need to think of mine because I'm
I-
the type of person that doesn't
Let
dream a
CJ
lot.
Just let CJ go.
Oh yeah, same.
Yeah. I've
I'll
this
go
one.
after CJ.
The only reason I'm going first is because I had this one last night, and I told Kim about this already. But basically, I had a dream that I got a Snapchat from Niner Richard, and he was the back of and the picture was him in the back of a police van handcuffed, but somehow he's still able to send a Snapchat. And the text read, "When you pull over, but your fine is 500 plus."
No,
He doesn't get it.
reaction.
Can I
Here's a
can I
credit.
go? Because mine's
Here's a
not really
credit.
that long.
Because in Need for Speed, if your fine is 500 plus, you can't pull over.
Great kid. I'm gonna go now. I got these like weird like dreams where I would get them simultaneously, but like
I'm really interested.
so randomly. And you're gonna be so confused when I tell you because I don't even know. I have never seen a bear in my life, so okay, let me
What
start.
the fuck?
I had this dream where I was in my mum's room and me and my mum were like scared as fuck. We've got like the dressers like up against the door and there is a fucking polar bear in my house. And I had that dream so many times as a kid. I do not understand. I can't even tell you. Can't tell you. I have no idea. Fucked. I don't sip lean. I don't smoke weed. I do nothing. Okay, as a kid, I did nothing. That was a dream I used to get constantly.
All right, I'll talk about a dream I used to. Well, I still get constantly, and okay, so I'll have a random dream, right?
Fuck.
But how it always ends is I fucking teleport onto the roof of my house, and I jump off of it, I hit the driveway, and I wake up. There's been so many times that's happened. But like, it's so weird because like at one time, like okay, that could happen, and like before then, I would be like on a roller coaster, say just a random example, because this happened I think like a month ago, where I was on a roller coaster, I was shitting my pants, all of a sudden like boom, I'm on top of my roof. And I couldn't control myself. I just like jumped off of it, hit the ground, and I woke up.
I think it was because you were thinking about suicide.
Maybe.
I've got two.
Oh, actually, hold on. Have you ever had a dream where you went to school naked?
No.
I had a dream where I went to school in a dress.
Cecilia has
Of course
fantasies
Jay
about
would.
being okay.
No,
then
no.
I've got-
Okay, I'll tell you. Hold on. I just want to talk about the going to school naked dreams, because I've talked to people in the past where they've had the same exact thing. So you go around the school and you're naked. You're just casually naked. But as the dream
How can you be
goes
casually
on,
naked? Explain to me that, please.
oh fuck. Yeah, you know what?
Like,
Shut
yeah,
the fuck
nigga,
up.
I got my dick flapping around. How the fuck can you do that? Explain.
But like, okay, so you're walking around school, and no one gives you weird looks. Like everyone else is wearing clothes, but you're the only one who's naked, and everyone just looks at you as if you're a normal person. But then once you realize you're naked, you're like, oh fuck, I need to find some clothes. And I guess this one took place a couple years ago, where at my middle school, before they filled it in with cement because they couldn't keep the pool. So we had a pool at school, and everyone had free time, so there would be clothes next to the pool, and every time you try to put on the clothes, they would just disappear.
You lying.
So-
I know you lying.
I'm not
You-
kidding.
No, you naked in school, nigga, and you walking around, no one knows what the fuck's going on. And then the girl look at
No, but
you,
it's really
and the
weird
girl
because,
give you a
like,
look
if
in
I
the
would
eye. She
ever
like,
get that drink
you
again-
got it going on, and then she comes over,
Bro.
she like, you naked.
Okay,
Let me suck on
the
the
thing
Google.
is if I knew that I was having this dream, I would go around and fuck every bitch in my school.
That's rape. That's rape.
I was down.
Wow.
Anyway, Cam, you go.
Okay, so I got two scenarios. One of them is quite boring. So one of them is I just live my normal life, and then I wake up and think, what the fuck's going on today? It's not a Friday. And that's the quick version. And then I got my other one, and basically I've never really been a big Harry Potter fan. I've always been into it, but I've never been hardcore. Like I don't know what the fucking names of the spells are and shit. And I could probably name some of the
Spectre
characters.
Patronum.
But like that's the maximum of my knowledge that goes with Harry Potter. As you guys, would know if you follow Drivecast, shit scared spiders, and nigga, you best believe Chamber of Secrets #2, that fucking Aragog thing, no, fuck off, that thing was huge. If you don't know what it is, Google it. If you're scared of spiders, don't Google it. You'll be scarred for life.
I know what I'm gonna do. That's how we meet Nikki.
No.
When I'm never gonna meet you, so that's fine. Basically, I'd have a dream where I'd be in my bed normally. I would go outside. And I just go into the normal like alleyway, not alleyway. It'll be like the actual corridor of Hogwarts, and you know how there's like a balcony and you can see over the balcony. Nigga, spiders. I'm getting fucking brain. No, fuck this shit, nigga. Oh my god.
There's
Spiders
fucking one on your
coming,
shoulder.
no,
It's one on your
actually-
shoulder.
I actually
Have you had one of those dreams where you're like fucking
I'm
some
gonna let you
bitch?
finish, nigga. I'm still telling my story, okay? Spiders
I
coming
thought
up,
you were done.
and I'm scared as fuck. I don't know what's going on. So I'm going, Spectre Petroleum! And I'm running away, and then the ground just falls. The ground
Ooh.
just falls. It's like I'm running and the ground's falling and the spider's dying. And I'm like, I'm getting away. I'm getting away.
What kind of detailed ass fucking
And in
dream
front
is
of
that
me,
shit?
is this Aragog nigger, and oh my days! That's what I said. That was a nightmare. That was a dream. That was a nightmare. And I fucking still scared.
How do you have a dream that detailed? I mean, I must have in
can.
my life, but
Yeah, it's
That's
like
the only one I remember.
I can't
distinctly.
remember
I don't
like
have. People dream every single night. I can't remember my dreams every night. I'm sure I do
yeah.
dream.
Okay, one thing that's really weird though is you'll wake up and you had a really in detailed dream and you remember everything, but as soon as you like brush your teeth, get on some clothes, and like go on, like say for example, I go on my computer like 30 minutes after I got up, I would just forget everything.
Yeah.
It's like
If you write it
damn
down,
it, I should have just written it down
yeah,
and
writing
told
it down helps you.
Fuck.
Helps you remember.
But yeah,
I had,
one other dream, hold on, is when you fucking some bitch and right before you're about to yeah, your dream ends.
what?
You
I
know?
know what you're on about. I haven't had it myself, but I've heard other people say that story.
It's so bad. It happened to me like 20 times at least.
Oh my god!
What? Oh,
I don't
God.
think that's something you should admit live on the internet. To be honest.
See,
This nigga-
I didn't
this-
finish 20 times.
Nocturnal emission.
Nope,
if you're,
not-
if
nope.
you're dreaming about having sex that many times, then kid, you need to get
No,
laid.
that's something that's normal though. Like I've done that before.
I've never had.
I've never had a dream ever.
You've
No.
Nah.
Fuck off.
never. I had another distinct dream.
Well, I don't recall
hold
one.
hold up. I wanna put mine quick.
Fuck, I'm fucking good,
I
otherwise
just,
I'm gonna shoot
I just
you.
thought of two. So, first one is a bit dark, so I'm gonna end with a brighter one. But the first one's pretty dark. Like I get these a lot as a kid. Like every couple days, I get this dream. I'd be laying in bed, basically. If I feel like I'm awake, but like I'm just trying to fall asleep, and all of a sudden, someone would barge into my room and start beating me merciless, and I'd start crying, and then
Brother.
no.
This sounds like real life.
No, and the guy was like masked. Like the guy was masked. Like he had a ski mask on. And he'd just be beating me. I'd be crying and nobody would come. And then I'd wake up and nothing happened. And this
the
happened
fuck?
several times. I mean,
I thought he was gonna say. I thought he was gonna talk about sleep.
Paralysis.
Yeah, that.
no,
Well,
like
it's
they
not
would they would just be beating me until I wake up.
Start crying.
That was-
They were
that was a
beating me
creepy-
down, and I couldn't
Well,
stop it. It
well,
was doing nothing.
It was a creepy.
No,
ass
actually, you know what the
dream.
worst
I've had
thing
several
is?
times.
Is
What?
when you have a nightmare but you're awake. It's a night terror. Oh my god.
I've had
They're
a night.
so bad.
I used to have night
So
terrors
bad.
as a kid.
I have a
Fucking
really,
awful.
really memorable one. I
But,
saw something come through my door, and I'm scared as fuck. I don't want to go on. And he's saying something to me. I fucking put my suitcase in front of the door. I hid that shit, and I went to bed under the covers. Nigga, you best believe I didn't see that blue thing ever again.
I'm laughing because I understand. I used to have night terrors so bad as a kid. It was to a point where my mum like used to cry because of how much I used to scream. Like that's some deep shit. There's nothing there, fam. Calm down. Like if I could
can't, you shut the fuck up. I'm trying to go to bed.
don't say my name. If I
Chicani.
Gicati.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. Continue.
Anyway, you were saying?
I can't just have a normal conversation. Niggas talking about me fucking up the game. Y'all niggas fuck up the game. You Cam, you're supposed to be the motherfucking. Oh, you niggas nigga.
Hey, you're
Go on
supposed
with
to
the
be
motherfucking
Chicani.
topic.
I
Go on with the
nigga.
topic,
Die,
baby.
chink. Shut up, chink. Go back on your phone. You was alright silent. Shut up.
You're just
I
like
was
this half
fucking-
podcast.
Can you now continue with the story?
He's salty as fuck.
And you chink.
Okay,
Y'all
Wagyu.
niggas need to stop arguing and just.
I'm not
carry on with
arguing. I'm stating facts.
it. Jay, shut up and get on with the story.
Like I said, talking about sleep. I scream. Oh, I heard. Carry on.
Well, I'm sleeping
What
with
the
my light on
fuck?
tonight.
No, I had a story and you. Oh no, this was it. So basically, this is more of a dream than a horror. Basically, you guys know the Amanda Show.
Fucking
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, show.
Before that,
Amanda
Amanda bitch was a
Show.
hoe. Basically, I had a huge crush on her when I was younger. Huge, and I'd remember watching that show. I'd nigga, damn. I
Got down on Amanda, though?
senses, nigga, they be tingling. But basically, I remember watching that show. I didn't know what I was doing back then, because obviously I was quite young. But my goal was to get onto the show, and then when I'd get onto the show, it end every single time. And I need so fucking want to be on that show. I want to notice me, and it never happened.
I love little kids' dreams being
Going back onto that topic of little kid shows. Not done little kids, Nickelodeon shows, we'll say, because Nickelodeon shows are fucking good. I ain't gonna lie. I don't watch them, but it's sick.
They were.
Keenan and Kel. Please tell me someone here watched Keenan and Kel.
I watched Keenan and Kel.
I don't know.
How did you guys? You're American. That's more surprising.
America.
How sick was Keenan and Kel? Most underrated Nickelodeon show ever.
It was funny.
What else? Fairly Odd Parents. Sick.
Jimmy Neutron.
SpongeBob SquarePants. Obviously, it's a bit overrated. But I mean, how can you have a Nickelodeon show's overrated?
Jimmy Neutron.
Chalk Zone, dude. Chalk Zone.
Chalk Zone.
What was the one with that big blue monster?
Oh, wait,
it was on
what?
Cartoon Network.
Big blue
Foster's Home for
Imaginary Kids.
I forgot that name for at least 12 years. Thank you so much for reintroducing that to me, because I completely.
He wasn't big.
Me and Jay, me, Jay, and CJ.
Yeah, I know.
I've spoke about.
I spoke about it recently because I found it on Netflix and I watched a few episodes just to like get the nostalgia. It's crazy. I used to love that shit.
He wasn't a big blue guy. He was just a small ghost.
Yeah, the little fucking like hand puppet thing. Literally a hand puppet with mouth and eyes.
Well, with that being said, should we go on to the Q&A?
Well, I have one more I want to say. I have just one more thing.
No, because if you say that, we're going to go on for another half an hour.
No, it's just one more. And this was the weirdest because this was after I had surgery. So, I had a back, maybe 2 years ago, I had dental surgery done.
Baby.
I had oral surgery done on like somewhere. No, I had oral surgery done in my mouth because there was a bunch of teeth that were stuck and couldn't come out. So, yeah. And they put me on an IV under anesthesia, and I basically fell asleep. Well, when I fell asleep, I dreamt that I woke up, basically did Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then I was coming out of school on Friday when I fell over the concrete and woke up. So I basically lived like a week in a dream.
It's so fucking weird. That's actually really interesting.
Yeah. And it felt like a week. And also, I remember reading that some guy tripped on LSD and dreamt that he lived 40 years as a dinosaur.
That's sick. I want to take LSD. Don't take drugs. Kids are not good. Anyway, you know what else is interesting? The Q&A questions. So, the first question is from Twilight Racer. I've not seen you in the comments, so hello. He's got 3 questions. Number 1, would you rather be stuck on a plane with venomous spiders for 30 minutes or have to sit next to CJ for the whole flight?
Well, obviously CJ, but honestly, venomous spiders?
No, snakes. Did I say spiders? I might say spiders because I'm scared.
Well, I'm not gonna die if I choose CJ. So
exactly.
No, you're not.
Well, I might die mentally, but I'm not gonna die actually, like legit.
I'm not gonna beat the shit out of you.
I think I'll die mentally with any of you fuckers.
That's the exact point, CJ. You're not gonna beat the shit out of me. You're just gonna sit there and talk, and you're gonna be like doing like You're gonna be like doing whatever that thing is, a dab. You're gonna go and do a dab.
There's a little channel on the like little screen on your chair thing, and you can look where your plane's flying.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, we're over Hawaii now.
Oh no.
Oh, Canada. Oh, there's where I live there. Look.
Oh no. Do you know the population of Uganda is approximately 281? No. I venomous spiders or snakes, whatever the fuck they're calling.
They're basically over exaggerating me.
Next one is if there was any car you could add all customization parts to in Need for Speed 2015 in the world, what would it be? So I'm assuming car if it's not in the game. R32 is my favorite car.
What?
RX-8.
Wait, hold up, what?
Accurate.
You can add all the customization parts to. We'll say in the car list just to make it fair.
Accurate.
You can't say RX-8 then.
Yeah.
The game.
So
I would probably go with the RX-7 because
we're all gonna say our favorite cars here.
Kill yourself.
Why can't you choose the same car? Is it my car? Do I own it? Let them. If he wants to like it too, let him. I ain't holding the car. RXP still like that.
Why don't you just say it at the same time? 3, 2, 1.
Let him.
RX-7.
Oh my
God.
Let him. All right, CJ.
RSX or the DC5.
Kill
Basically
yourself.
same
That's
thing.
the same fucking thing. The DC5 is the model name for.
I know that.
Okay,
You
number
think I
3
know that?
is the Sil 80 or the clean 180SX with the normal front.
Clean 80,
This-
clean 180
it's hard. I like them both as much as each other, but that's a con
Wait,
answer.
wait.
Are we saying the Salady or the Rocket Bunny?
Okay, so we said
Salady?
it said Sil 80 180SX with the S13 front end or the clean normal 180SX.
So no pop-up headlights?
Clean
No.
not
normal.
if you click the Sil 80.
all the way. All the way.
The Sil 80 is the one with the swapped front.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay, and the second one's just normal.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I just take the normal one. I
I
prefer
prefer
that
the normal
a
one
lot.
because the Sil. I prefer the S.
Yeah.
13.
Mm.
Is it the S13?
I
The
prefer the pop
S13
up.
is
I feel like I
240SX,
should really-
S14 is a 200SX, and the
I'm
S15
thinking
is
that
yeah.
I don't think there's loads of different names for all of them, but I know that as the S13. The front of the Sil 80, I know that as the S13. That actual
Yeah,
car,
it is S13 front end.
yeah, that's what that I prefer that to the 180. But if I was to have one or the other, I would.
I'd rather have the Sil 80 just because there's nothing really to like dividing them. I think that's more unique. That's the only reason why I'd pick the Sil 80 over him. I'd have overall.
Mm.
So
We all said. We all said.
All right, next question is from Foreman Costa, and his question is: if Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 was given a different name, would you still buy it? My question is no. Well, my answer is no.
My answer would be obviously yes, because in my opinion, I find it to be a great game.
Great. This nigga said great. Oh, great.
Great game. It is.
Great. Do you
Now,
know-
now, are we saying it had the Need for Speed name stripped off of it, or is it Need for Speed but a different name?
Need for Speed, but a different name.
No, it's not. It's
No,
just
it
it's
means-
not
Oh.
given the name Need for Speed Most Wanted 2012 and was called Skids for the Kids, mate. That's what it's called.
I legit don't. I think it's a.
No, I think it's an awful game, regardless of
Awful
what the thing
game.
is. It's not a Burnout game, but it's not a Need for Speed game. I've said this many times. It's not extreme enough to be a Burnout game, then it's not kind of Need for Speedy enough to be Need for Speed, if that makes any sense. I'm sure you'll understand.
Makes a lot.
Naya?
I could go on for days. No.
Okay, so next one is from Jazz,
Haters.
and his question is: if you were a boss in a future NFS game, what would you say to a player in a cutscene? So, what would be your catch? Cross has got everyone, and then
Catch
Okay,
his
I'll go
hands,
first.
kiss-
everyone's got their like catchphrase. What would your catchphrase be?
No, no, go first.
I'd be like, you can't catch me. I'm the gingerbread man. And I'd run away.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That was amazing. Mine would be first I'm gonna take your bitch, then you'll ride. That's a bit, it's not
Mine
really
would-
PG, but YOLO.
Mine would be.
Dude, you're not breaking any copyright law. I mean, you could say that.
Copyright.
Anyway.
Razor copyrighted it himself.
Did he? He didn't say
No.
bitch though. I feel like a bitch is a bit more gangster. CJ.
I'd say catch his hands, kiddo, then proceed to punch the shit out of the player.
So you're
You're so violent.
Mine would be I'm on welfare, so I can't really drive that far. So if we can just stop off at the petrol station and you can give me a bit of gas money.
and that's your whole role in the whole story.
Yeah.
You're some black guy. Can you drop me off at the gas station, please?
I'm not even ever in the story. I just show up like at the end of every cutscene in my
You're in
fucked up
like
car,
one of those
just pulling up.
You're in one of those voice messages. It's
Yeah.
not even a cutscene. All right, next one is from Next Gen Gaming, and his question is: if you had to give anyone from Drivecast a dream car, who would it be? Definitely not CJ.
Why?
Yeah, not CJ because okay, think about it, CJ. Your
we
dream
take-
car is so obtainable.
Can
No,
we
it's the
can we
NSX.
go like
The NSX.
in between all of us? Because I've got a really good explanation for why I wouldn't pick CJ.
The NSX isn't obtainable that easily.
What you would do to it? I've seen your cars on Need for Speed 2015. They look fucking ugly. And B, you don't know what a turning circle is. So then it's between J and Niner, and Speedway's not here, so we'll exclude Speedway for now.
Think about how easy it would
You both
be
want
to
to
get
go
the
on an
touch.
RX-7, right?
Shaggy never
What'd you say?
done.
You're both going to want an RX-7.
See, senor.
See, now I'm gonna get a few things here. So, is it more rare in the US or the UK?
US probably.
So that's 1-0 Niner.
Hold up a second. Is the RX-7 more rare here or in America?
In America.
I've seen plenty of RX-7.
Is that even
Okay,
a
that's 1-0
question?
today.
Well, at least where I live.
Well, no,
they're-
because I just want to make sure.
CJ,
Because I don't.
See, CJ, shut the fuck up. You live in
I-
Pennsylvania.
1-0,
The car
1-0.
culture there is
The car
shit.
scene in the UK is dead.
We do not have a lot of RX-7s here
It's
at
another
all.
one today. Now I've got to think of redeem Niner. He's a lot younger, you know, and he's probably going to pass his test soon, so he can actually put it to use. So that's 2-1. And then it's like Niner's here, and then Jay's here. So it's like I got my two babies, but Jay's got the advantage because I did the tally and shit. So if I was forced at gunpoint, I wouldn't give any of y'all niggas cars, but I'd give it to Jay if I had.
You just do it for a shout out from him.
And
Let's
I
all
get a shout out
face it.
too. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
On a
that shout
serious
out from-
note, I actually don't know. That's like asking me, who would I rather kill? I don't want to kill any of y'all niggas.
Oh,
besides
actually,
CJ.
I have it. I have a fucking. I
I'm
have the
joking,
answer.
babe.
So I would get a used car for $100. That's just the shell of the Acura Integra, and give it to CJ.
But that's not my dream car. So you technically would not be fulfilling the.
Oh, it's not my dream car. That's not my dream car. It's close enough, faggot.
The Acura Integra is not all. Acura Integra is nothing like the NSX.
Pissed off the American kid. Fuck me.
The NSX, the Integra
Okay,
is.
does anyone else want to answer
Nothing
that
like
real
NSX.
quick?
No, Sorry,
I haven't answered who I would give my dream car to. Definitely not Niner because of how he's treating me.
He's so salty.
Not me, because I'm always doing the same thing. So it's gonna be Jay. Cool, we know the answer.
Not Cam because he roasts me too much and I feel like I'm on a grill.
Tell you-
And he
tell you-
wonders why he gets
tell
roasted.
you-
And
tell
he
you, bro-
wonders why he gets roasted.
Tell
He
your brother to
wonders
kill himself.
why
You
he
are
gets
recording.
roasted. You wonder why you get roasted, and that shit happens.
It's 11 minutes past 4 in the morning, and
I'd probably give it to
Just answer the.
oh,
fucking
I don't
question.
give a fuck
wanna
at
go
this
to
point.
bed.
Just go on to the next question. I don't
Jay
care.
because he's
Okay,
A-okay.
cool. Bless up. Yeah. Lie in order.
Okay,
Jake-
Angel Sanchez Ruiz says, "What's your guys' take on that dude in blues video on NFS? Do you agree? Disagree? What do you think about his final statement about Horizon 3 will be the game that NFS was supposed to be?"
Oh,
No way.
Very
just please,
surprising.
no. I don't want to do this.
If you think Turn 10 are going to do anything like
Please
those games
stop,
done,
no.
you're fucking dumb. That's all I gotta say. And I don't care. You don't know Turn 10. You don't know what they've done. You don't know the shady tax they've used with the on this DLC. We talked
Okay.
about so many times. on
Okay,
Drivecast.
so many people have said this shit. No one cares. He sounds like everyone else. He's just in the same fucking mindset as everyone else. Just
He's hating to
Yeah, just-
because that's the popular thing. I feel.
yeah. I don't.
Very very petty comments.
He sounds
watched-
like a
yeah.
subscriber. You sound like someone in the. I revoke what I just said. You do not. You subscribers. You're fucking. I would lick
What I
each and
wanna
every one of
say
your.
What I want to say is like
That was
I
a
left.
bad thing to say, but
I left-
I think what you mean by that is
He sounds like a 10-year-old to me, moaning about something that's so stupid. Like the things he
A
was
lot of-
in his video.
yeah.
I actually thought he
Nitpicky.
had a strong. He was going all right for like the first bit of the video. I kind of agreed, and then he just started talking some shit about Horizon will be what? Shut the
Like-
fuck up.
like-
Horizon will not be Need for Speed. Do you understand? That you?
It's like he needed like to make a top 10 list, but he can only think of like 5 actually like
If-
5 or 3
if-
decent reasons, and he need to create some bullshit.
If-
Like, oh my god, the
CJ, you sound
what's
like
it
an
called?
angry fanboy right
Like,
now.
oh my god, the freaking
you got
the
bullshit coming with the
if-
reasons. No, he doesn't understand what Turn 10 are gonna do.
he's
if
nitpicking.
Forza Horizon 3 is anything above Need for Speed, I will kill myself on YouTube Red. The price to watch it obviously will be
$69.99.
$69.99. Yeah, you can see that. I'll kill myself on YouTube for you
I
guys.
think I'd be a little more generous and do it on Google Hangouts, to be honest, because get it
Oh.
Hangouts, get it Hangouts,
Hey,
Mate,
Hangouts.
why not? Why not
Hangouts.
just do it in fucking Times Square in front of every other little nigga coming for the crib? Okay, so that you know our opinion now. Next one's from Zane Plays Dirt 3, and his question is: would you rather have a car which has a fully built exterior but no engine, or a car with a fully built engine and no exterior work? I feel like if it didn't have an engine, it'd be a lot cheaper to make.
Yeah.
The full
Yeah,
build.
I'll get
Yeah, I'd get the engine.
I'd get the non-riced option.
I'd get the exterior because I feel like it would be cheaper to put the engine in instead of buying all the exterior stuff.
Really?
Yeah,
You would get
No,
your.
the thing is I like seeing how the car progresses exterior wise.
It's a lot of work though.
You know
Yeah,
that.
like-
I know it is.
I don't think.
You understand that would legit just make you a ricer. I know you're gonna say who gives a fuck, but
Not
No,
even an engine.
but then again,
no.
come on.
What he's saying is, would you rather the interior,
What I'm
Ex-
assuming is you get a fully built exterior, but the engine bay is missing, or you get.
No, he's talking
the
about the
shell
fucking.
wouldn't-
He's talking about the performance of the car.
Oh, then it would be no exterior work.
Yeah.
Oh, I assumed it would be like a project car, and it's either just a shell with an amazing engine, like a 2J, or it's a car with like.
You think? Why are you thinking about it so deeply? You didn't put anything like you.
Would you have a
put-
car which is fully built exterior wise, but no engine? Or
Yeah.
a car that's fully built, but no engine, no.
Well, yeah,
actual engine.
I can guarantee. If I'm wrong, slay me. But I can guarantee he's just talking about like the performance of the car. If he is talking
I
about
thought it
just
was
the engine,
literally
then I'll
no
kill myself.
engine.
Well, that's what I would assume anyway. But I don't know. I would still go for interior in the in bit.
This next question makes me want to kill myself.
Say it.
Marissa GC2. Would you rather get caught watching triple X videos in class or let the world know you slept a night with CJ?
I feel like I already say it enough.
CJ got
I
some
would-
dirty
I'd-
things in bed though, you best
Ah,
believe.
but that's
What?
true. Like he's gonna
What?
dry hump his pillow. He's gonna be like, "Oh
What?
yeah,
No, I
you
don't.
like that."
Hold up a second. Can you just keep your fucked upness away for a minute? Who cares if someone wait? How old am I in the situation? Who cares that you find porn? I'm a boy. I don't give a fuck.
But in class, that's gonna fuck you up. They could get rid of you for that.
Yeah, they actually can. Shit, I forgot about that.
Yeah, but I feel like I'd get syphilis from CJ. Just look at him.
Nigga got syphilis. Oh my god.
Yeah, boy.
So answers. I'm gonna say I'll sleep with CJ as long as you don't fuck me.
Okay.
I'll sleep with you, but can I be in cling film with like one breathing hole?
Can I sleep with Aragog instead?
You got it.
Okay, well, fuck you then. So we're gonna go on to the next question from Win3 Apollo. This is a follow up from last week. So someone I think asked us about Pursuit Tech last week. He said, "What if there was a little mini game where you had to run away from the cops with Pursuit Tech? How would you feel about that?" I still
Run
wouldn't want
away.
Still no.
Run away from.
I would have no
cops.
issue with it.
I wouldn't have an issue with it, but it just wouldn't fit the nature of Need for Speed.
it. I personally wouldn't want it in just for that exact reason.
Yeah.
I mean, if it was in for whatever reason, I
I mean, I
wouldn't mind it being
think I'm
in there,
saying I
but-
don't care because I just don't. I didn't really like the
Yeah,
game.
I really like.
I don't know.
Because I like Hot Pursuit 2010, but I just
Yeah,
game-
Hot Pursuit
for the
2010
game
is
it was-
awesome.
For the game it was like Need for Speed 2015. That is, it just doesn't fit. It's like
Oh, we're talking about Need for Speed 2015.
yeah.
Oh shit! No.
It's
No.
like in my eyes, it's like putting a porn star in like a Miss Universe contest. That's what.
So
the
that's a
best
pretty
analogy.
good.
That's the best analogy I could think of.
And the winner is Miss Pennsylvania.
Kill yourself. Okay. And then I'm on Speedway version now because he's not here. He says, if you guys were hired by Ghost Games, what part of the game production would you guys want to do?
The what's it called?
Community manager. I know it's not part of the actual production, but like just to be that community manager role.
Yeah.
So you can take Ben Walk's place in the game. Can walk, nigga.
Nigga,
No.
I'd
Yeah.
still reply to all my comments. I don't think you could name a lot of channels that are at 6.5k that still reply to all their comments.
Whoa, man.
That's true.
Oh my.
I'm just saying. I ain't firing shots. I'm just saying. I don't think you could find a lot.
Oh, your shots have been fired.
On a serious note, like I think I do a good job of responding to everyone and keeping it. Not
don't know
everyone
who the
because of the
fuck-
extent, but
I don't know who the fuck comes up with the ideas, but that's one thing that I would do.
I think like I kind of want to get into the design. Obviously, that means you'd have to learn to use shit, but
well, we're assuming that you would know that.
yeah, design. It would be the design aspect.
CJ.
Yeah, I want to do like part of the living game. Like I remember Ghost Ben said on Twitter, not Twitter, Reddit, that they have two departments for the game. They have one team working for the PC version, and they have one working for the living game team, which is all the updates stuff. I want to work on the working team, maybe as like a
Which
like
part
a
of game production would you
pro-
work in? Not the
pro-
section of what they're doing.
not
Would you want to be
probably-
a developer, like in terms of the actual models of the game? You know, a designer, a community
Probably-
manager, a producer.
probably be a producer, stringing all this shit together. So yeah.
Damn, that would be one interesting Need for Speed game.
Freaking takes place in Pennsylvania. It's just freaking Acura
fuck
Integras.
If that happened, I'd kill myself.
Well, actually, I said that I would come up with the ideas, so fuck you.
The thing is with community management is I feel like it's the best of both worlds. You get to travel everywhere, and then you get to put your input into the game, so you get to like do all the like ideas for what you want to do. And in addition to that, I'm gonna meet my mic because someone's just watching tomorrow.
Ooh, lad. Let's play a game called How many times do you think Cam's gonna get beaten?
I really wish I knew what he was going to talk about, because I would have carried on.
See, I'm
See, because
guessing
now
one
we're just going to be sitting here not knowing what the hell he was going to talk about. And now Eddie Murphy is...
I don't know how.
Show up on my
Was
screen.
there more?
He's getting beaten right now.
His
Let's
name-
face it.
Oh, he's back. He's back.
You need to kill yourself, CJ. I'm not gonna get beaten. Unlike you get beaten every single day by your brother. I could pick that's my trend as well. I was talking about something about community management, how you get all of the elements of community management and how you can travel across the world. Then you can still put your input into the game creatively with the team, and then you get to obviously talk to all of the people that associate with that. And I just like that idea of like just getting to know the fans of.
Yeah.
And I think in
making the
general,
game for
Need for
them.
Speed does an amazing job. Like, if you tweet at him on Twitter,
You're most likely right.
probably, I'd say 3 out of the 4 times.
As long
you
as it's
could
not a shit
expect them.
post.
Yeah, as long as it's not a shit post. Like, I've gotten
Like me.
almost all my tweets replied to by Need for
Not
Speed.
recently for me, but before that it was fine. I've found recently I think I got one favorite in the past like 20. No, I made it 20. Made it 15.
No, like 2 nights ago, I just met some random people in a game lobby, and this is one of the aspects I absolutely love about Need for Speed is just meeting random people. And we took a screenshot, like multiple screenshots, like different angles, and I put it on Twitter, and they're like, "Yes, fantastic," Like, they actually care about what you're doing in the game, and
I mean,
think that's
obviously
really
that's
cool.
probably just an anomaly. The fact that I haven't been replied to, but generally overall, the amount they actually pay attention is mad. And
Oh yeah, if you look at their tweets and replies, so many tweets.
I
in a
mean,
day.
they
Yeah.
posted one of my screenshots twice. I have no idea why. Like the same fucking screenshot. I don't really get it. I don't get why they did it, but I can really appreciate that. Okay, you're paying attention to me as a fan. I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say it has anything to do with YouTube. I genuinely think that just whoever is behind that aspect of it, Ben Walker and the rest, they're doing a good job. Whether they reply to everyone or not, they're replying to someone. If you go to another development team, they ain't doing as good as Ghost, to be fair. So, yeah. Give them props.
And that wraps up for this week's Drivecast. I've already checked your guys' versions and there's no questions. Just so
Yeah.
you know. And yeah, that's it. So if you guys enjoyed, hit like, subscribe. We will see you guys in the next one. If CJ remembers to put the link in the description, any last
Smash that
words
smash that
before-
motherfucking like button.
Kill
You
me.
know me, but it's not a fast
Kill
way.
me.
So we ain't
Kill
gotta
me.
pay no resume.